Welcome, ladies, gentlemen, and gamers, to an interesting little bit of a video. We're doing a kind of time-lapse of a world edit with the replay mod going for the sake of, as you can kind of tell by the title, we're building boats, which kind of leads to a question of why are we doing a time-lapse of an island if we're building boats? And the simple answer is that this isn't going to just be we're going to build a boat this episode and ta-da, that's it, goodbye. We're going to make this into a little bit of a mini series, maybe last a few weeks or something like that, maybe into the new year. And the idea with this is that this island is going to be the main island for all these different kinds of boats. And I thought that'd be a fun idea because building boats in Minecraft is hard. So I figured, hey, putting out tutorials, some of you guys might be able to really use them. I know that boats were something that at first for me were pretty hard, but I learned how to do them. I did them a lot before I started YouTube. And I thought, hey, I want to get back into this, exercise that artistic muscle of making boats in Minecraft and get back into it. So we're just going through, I used the world edit mod and the replay mod to record this. World edit, all I did was, you can see well, you might be able to see I'm holding a gold axe and a diamond axe. Gold axe puts down a sand sphere and then diamond axe smooths it out. So that's why everything's happening the way it is and why everything kind of looks the way it is. Kind of interesting the way this all happens. I got another one for a smaller sphere of sand and just kind of went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I will say that this is like, it's interesting the way this goes, because we'll sit there sometimes when we're editing and landscaping, like picking block by block how to do these things. Like, is that gravel block belong there or one to the left? And it's like, this kind of showed me it doesn't matter as much, because when you get far enough away, you don't really see it, but you can still appreciate it. And that's kind of be my goal moving forward with my single player and when I'm on SMPs and everything like that. But this here, the idea for this is we want to have a harbor here and we want to have a lighthouse. Those are the only two things I really knew. I decided I'd throw in other things just so the island wasn't bare at the end of it. But I want your guys' opinions. You guys, let me know what you want. We'll add to the island. If you guys have anything you want to submit to me, either on the Discord, link is below, and the Twitter link is below, or anything like that, you can put it in the comments. Or if you're here for the premiere, first of all, shout out, you're awesome. But if you're here for the premiere, say it in the chat. I'll write it down definitely, and I'll record it for later. But let me know if you want to add anything to this island. But here we are, we're putting in the water, we're making it so it's an actual island. And I learned here at this moment, I'm really impatient. Because I'm sitting here, I'm looking at it, I feel like it's good. You know what? Maybe this little spot over here. No, okay. How about this little spot over here? Maybe this needs a little bit of work here. Let's add a little bit. Okay. No, maybe a little bit more. And I just got really impatient almost immediately and went right back to the other tool. Like, we're making more. We're building it taller. So, my 100%, all the advice I can give you guys if you're doing this, be patient. Because I wasn't. And it could have been a lot quicker and a lot more fun if I was patient. But I cannot say how cool World Edit is. I've never messed with it before. It's really cool and interesting. I plan on using it in the future. But the idea for this series is to do tutorials on how to build different boats. And at the end of this, we're going to be doing a Viking longboat, showing how that's done, which should be a lot of fun. Stick around for that. And I want this island to be something that I'll do all the grindy bits to make it look better and implement your guys' ideas off screen and everything. I'll give you guys shout outs and everything like that. But I want this island to look beautiful by the end of this, I guess, little creative build series. So let me guys know what you want to see happen. I'll definitely make it happen. But we're moving right on along. We're going to be switching over pretty soon to covering it in grass and getting building. Alright, so one thing I learned, I put in the stone. Once you put the stone and grass on, don't try to terraform anymore. It's really annoying. But here we are, we're making the first harbor, the first little dock on this island. We might put another one on the back side or something like that later on, but we needed one for the beginning. And I really wanted this to be a simple little thing, enough space for us to put maybe 2 or 3 boats on this side, but nothing else. That way it kind of forced me and forced us to do something unique with this series and be able to do more with it. So put in some pathing and stuff like that, be able to make it so the island feels alive, makes it feel lived in a little bit. And I try to add some wheat, which is why this world fast forwards by like half the night right there, is because I didn't change my selection parameter, put wheat all over the island. It all immediately broke and the island was covered in like 3,500 entities, which gave me a frame a minute basically with it. But we're hopping into doing a couple of the buildings and things like that. I built this up, looked at it, and I decided, no, this looks awful. You guys never see me really tear down anything, I think, in my channel. I always, if I don't like it, it doesn't make it into the take. But I thought I would share, like, hey, I jack up builds as well. And frankly, I put in a lot of these builds where they're the same thing, really basic, so that way we could change them up. And also, this bugs me. Notice how long I go before I notice that I copied the island over against itself again. Oh, I'm looking at it. Did I see it? No, I did not see it. All right, back up again. Still didn't see it. At this moment, I finally see it and finally get rid of it. But luckily, I don't make that mistake again. I can't believe that I really did that. That is one of the funniest things, and I'm very grateful for Undo and World Edit. Seriously. Guys, if you want to use World Edit, learn the program first. Dive headfirst into it then. It is so much fun. But now we're able to get to that lighthouse like I was talking about a little earlier, so we bring it on up. Just a little fire at the top of a large pillar I thought would suffice. Shows people, hey, something's here in the foggy dead of night, the foggy rainy dead of night. Thank you for the Q rain. So I thought that'd be fun. As you can see, if you look over on the edge, the water only goes so far, which I find really funny. That just the way World Edit is. But have another house going up. I thought I would add one that looked a little different. Maybe we could put something special in there. If you guys have any ideas, maybe we can make it into the... There's going to be some wheat later. I figure out how to put wheat down. It takes a little while, but I do figure it out. Maybe we can have that be where the farmer lives or something like that. Something unique there. Give me some ideas, guys. It'd be really great. So, loading out the pier over here. Putting out the little decoration with that. We'll be back over here in a moment. But let's zoom on across the island. And here comes... You see how I messed up the roof of that house with putting wheat on it? I don't know how I do this. Like, what? How? Why? But that's where the wheat is. Ta-da, this place has some vegetation and food on it. And then we're just going to start putting in some custom trees. Pretty simple things, but I really like how this looks. Small little thing. If you guys saw, releasing a little bit earlier than this came out was Villagecraft number 20. Sorry it was delayed, but a lot of things went wrong during upload. It only uploaded like a quarter of it first. But we put in some of these custom trees and that as well. And we're just running around here, sprinkling these all around, trying to make it feel lived in. We have a larger custom tree, which I feel like these are all right trees. They're not amazing trees, but I feel like they're all right. Let me know what you guys think, because I like the second opinions. It tells me if I'm doing well or if it could use improvement. But we rush down here. We start loading up the dock, putting all these things down. I didn't want to commit to a theme yet because I wanted your guys' opinions and thoughts on how we could improve and make it look better. And I really do think that it looks all right for not committing to a theme. By the way, get a pickaxe and assign it to Brush Sphere Air 4. It's a big eraser. It's so useful. I love it. It helped me so much. But here it is, guys, in all of its beginning glory. It's pretty basic right now. Nothing too special, but I'm pretty happy with it. What do you guys think?
And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. What a wonderful world.
Welcome back, guys. Hope you enjoyed that little stairs. There we go. Hope you enjoyed that little animatic. I had a lot of fun making that, but we're here to hop into building some boats. I kind of already got started with this in a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean a very little bit. We're making the Viking Longship. So what I have here, it's 7 across and it's 21 long. And the way we're going to be doing this, these are all half slabs on the top. I mean, sorry about that. What we're going to do is we're actually going to take this and every other, not this way. This is going to be the back of the boat. So up here, what we're going to do, just to add a little bit, is we're going to take this on every other and add a little bit to the stern of, I believe it's called the stern. I have my captain's license. I should know these things. Of the boat. We're going to add a little bit of detail to this just to kind of show what direction it goes in. because these boats, while they were made pretty symmetrical, they could turn around pretty easily. They are meant to go in a certain direction. So we're going to need one at, actually, I'm going to change that last one as well, this one here, to face in that direction. So there we go, nice and a little bit basic, something simple. And then we're going to go along the edge of this like this on both sides and bring it out by one, just like this. All right, after that, we're going to put down a couple temporary blocks. Actually, instead of there, we're going to use our spruce for temporary blocks. It just helps out a little bit here. And we're going to put up 3 upside down spruce stairs to kind of show off where the front is. Do the same thing back here. There we go. And might as well back here kind of get this part wrapped up. So something like this, then like this, here, and here. And from there we can do something probably, I want to say like this. To show where the back of it is, we're going to close it actually. Just add a little bit of depth right there. All right. Get rid of those. Up front, we're gonna try to do something fancy. So we're going to leave that be for now. This is the edge of the interior. So from here, what we're going to want to do is probably go off the edge of this, not there, there. And we're going to bring that all the way across on both sides. So let me wrap that up and I'll be right back. Alrighty guys, welcome back. So we took this bit that we wrapped around, brought it up by another, wrapped it around, and we just made it blend in with this little bit here. So we had this going right out to here. We have one on each side, and then we just kind of smoothed it out. Actually, I like this better like this, just to give it that more full of a feel. We have it actually on the other side as well. I think I just missed a slab earlier, and I'm trying to sound smart. But down here, we have the slab bit. It went to here. We broke out one on each side, put in full blocks. That way it kind of looked smooth, because with this, it's too blocky. You need to find that good balance between the two of them. Actually, I did just think, is there any way that water's staying there, isn't it? Did we put water on the inside? No. Good. But with this rail to make it so it's kind of rounded, and the back is supposed to be a little more flat, but still round. At least that's how boats work best. So there you go. That's how that's done. Up front here, we put in the headpiece. We'll talk about it in a little bit. It would help if I made it secure. I'll talk about it in a little bit. We'll make it look a little nicer. But up here, we had to do a little bit more drastic. So this originally went up to about actually here was the front bit, I believe. Maybe up to here even. We brought it back a little bit, but it's in general use. We went up where it originally was. It's still the 21 in length from this point back. 1, 2. Brought out 1, 2, brought out, and then it was a straight shot back. That way it goes nice and clear, goes nice and smooth. Up here, it's really hard to put a dragon onto the front of a boat. And I'll be honest, I don't know what I like more, dragon's mouth open or closed. I mean, yeah, open or closed. But I do know. Oop, can we put a button there? I wanted to put on eyes. Oh well, we'll have to use a item frame to put on these lovely eyes. Part of me wants to keep the button. Another part of me knows that we need to go grab a stone block. The button will be coming back though. We need the button for a couple other things. And there, and there. There, now it has ice. Nice, simple. But let me grab that button back, because actually we could use it now. So the way the oars are going to work is they're going to come out of this level, and they're going to kind of start over here and going to work their way down. So there'll be an oar. What we're going to do is every other, we're going to put one of these down, alternating colors. The reason is that if you look at a Viking Longship, which I'm going to put one up in the post edit for you guys to see on camera, it had these shields going all the way up and down it. So I figured it would only make sense if we did the same thing. So let's do that, and that's what the buttons are for. Because I always had that little metal bit in the center. We don't have iron buttons, so this will do. Let's get rid of that. We don't need any more. That was just to help us with measuring out the build. There we are. And buttons going all the way down here. Nice, quick, and simple. Ready. And then from here, what we're going to do is this is where the boat begins to shape back in. Now, most of these boats, they overhang a little bit. The way we're going to accomplish that is just trapdoors on the inside. So let me quickly, actually, you get what I'm doing over here. I don't need to do it all the way across. What we're going to do to make it overhang just a tiny little bit on the inside, these little trapdoors. It's a small detail, really small detail. If we had half vertical slabs, I'd use that instead, but that's just going to simulate it curving over. And our floor here is going to be right here. So you're standing here, that's about right, I believe. So, well, sitting here. You have to remember, you sit to row. So there we are. Let's just bring this all the way. And that's basically what it's going to look like. I'm going to get this brought all the way down, put this in, and then we're going to talk about the last two pieces of this, the oars and the person that yells out for you to row, because that person is important. I did figure that we should probably discuss how this is going to be connected up. We're going to follow the path, come on you, that's down below, pretty rigidly here, like this, like that. And then up here, I thought we could do, actually, maybe just the bottom, no, because that little gap there, a slab there. And we're going to just fill this in for the sake of the inside kind of here. And what we're going to do on this part is we're going to, once again, break out one of the best blocks in the game, this spruce trapdoor, and just line it up. Like that. There we go. A little bit of a bowing feel, and I think it feels nice. Alright, so, oops. I'm going to do that on this side, and then we're going to talk about the next two rolls. Okay? Okay. Welcome back, guys. I changed up both back here and up here. This one just needed to be a little bit higher. This one, I realized it was built a little too low. Kind of need to be changed up a little bit. I think it needs to be changed up a little more. There we go. But yeah, here it is. We have all these ones closed just because it's so close to port. We're not putting oars like out onto the dock. That'd just be ridiculous. But we are going to put them out here, and just so you guys know, these are built like this. Just so the blocks can actually fit in there. Just to keep you guys have this in mind when you're building, people did not face the direction that they rode, because they'd be sitting here, which by the way, lined up with here, not where the gap is. They'd be sitting here, lean forward with the oar, which means the oar went that way, and then when they leaned back, the oar swiveled this way, pushing the boat forward. I'm explaining rowing in a Minecraft video game, and it is not the simplest thing I've ever done. But it is important. Put these like this. Have these face the direction you're not going. So just kind of show, that's, see, not going. And it should work out well for you. Actually, we should probably have, wow. Did not expect that many bats, I'll be honest. Yeah, we're gonna put it like that. So there we go. Let's put in one of these oars here on camera. So the way it's gonna work, put this in here, bring it out into the middle here, okay? Bring it out by a few blocks. You gotta remember though, when these oars are stored on the ship, they have to be shorter than the ship and they have to fit easily. So this is 21, with it out of the water, they had a little bit of extension, maybe 25. At max, put it at a third, so kind of like 8. So we're already at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And let's go up to a half, maybe 7. And then at this point, we're going to bring it down by a block. Out another one, and then maybe at this point, what we're going to do is we're going to put a temporary block here, and then we're going to do this. One there. Ooh, actually. Dupe and dupe. Like so. There's one of the oars to be able to go. Now, if you want, you can try to position this so there's like stairs going, but here obviously it doesn't work. But if you plan the build out far enough in advance, you could maybe put these on the top slab. You can do something a little different. But there's one of the oars to be able to push the boat forward. Do the limitations of Minecraft is kind of the best you could do. Some people like to do the fence thing where you go out like this. Personally, I think it looks a little silly. But to each their own. If this is what you feel like doing, go for it. some people like that. I prefer the slab and trapdoor kind of method, so we're going to use that. I'm going to put in the rest of these really quick. They're all symmetrical, so I'm just going to do that really quick, and I'll show you guys how it looks. All right? All right. So while building, I thought I would show you guys what it looked like when they were angled. And in all honesty, I like this so much, I'm going to go change all these to angled. You guys can do whichever you would like, even though it doesn't make sense because they are at dock. These would be stationary. Tell me that doesn't look better. I mean, I love the way that looks, so I'm going to go build the rest of these just like that. I'll be back in another moment. I just wanted to show you guys how beautiful that looked. Alrighty, so they're all angled. They're all pushing forward. Maybe that lasts a little bit. Maybe they're breaking right now. I don't know. But that's how those work. The person that would be telling them to row would be back here. I like to give them something to hold on to because they're sitting here, they're standing here, they're doing one or the other. Actually, it's on the slab, so we can put it like this. So sitting here holding on and yelling, row, 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 row. If it was that fast, I'd be traveling at light speed, I just realized. But that's how it would work. Now, some of these, this is optional. If you guys are happy with this, go ahead and stop right here. Some of these, though, would have in them mass. So we're going to put one in right here in about the middle. And we're going to go up decently high. This is one of those things you kind of got to eyeball a couple times. Higher than that. Something around those lines. My ideal is take the peak like of this. Don't count the head. Don't count the decoration. 45-degree angle. Just about. Maybe a hair under. That's my kind of rule of thumb. So you go from there. You bring it down 2 blocks. That top bit, just to be able to give it support. Able to climb up maybe. Bring it out. We're going 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Took a quick look. I say it's good. You got to make sure there's plenty of space between these. So maybe right around here. 1, 2, 3, and a 4. That is fine. 1, 2, 3, and a 4. All right. Then after that, all you got to do is pick out your wool, which is, we have the red and blue theme. So let's continue with that. Red, blue. You need a little bit of white. Trust me. So what we're going to do, we're going to have red on the exterior. So 1 and 2, 1 and 2. We could have it all be even, but let's do it like this. The white's going to go in between. It's kind of like France. Have it bill out extra at the bottom than it does the top. Go up a little bit. In. And then you want it to kind of rest right on the edge there. So let's get rid of that one, and we should be good for a good billow. So let's do it again on this side. So it's this shape. I'm going to put this in all the way. Let's break out those. You'll only put it 1 deep. Having the extra bit on the corners, it looks kind of silly if I'm honest. There we go. Something like that. Bring this out. And it's billowing. It looks a little too, it's too symmetrical. It actually is almost perfectly symmetrical. So what we're going to do in this instance is we're going to bring this row back by 2 probably, and we're going to bring this one back by 1. So I'm going to take care of that off screen, and I'll show you guys how it looks. Okay? Okay. Alrighty, so that's how it's looking here. If you want, you can get out leads, hide some chickens, put down the strings for everything like that. I'll be honest, I really enjoy doing it, but it's just not always the most feasible. So another trick I like to do, depending on the sail, get some ladders out. It kind of shows it like a rope kind of feel on these. Put it on the white bit. This is kind of like, this is where all the maintenance is, where it's all tangled up and everything like that. That can work. Now, obviously, the way it is right now, this is going to be flying away from here, so maybe you wouldn't have it unfurled, but I feel like when we build sails, most of us want to see it unfurled. So I'm going to change these out for some slabs, because a log doesn't move as easy, I kind of figure, when it is furled up. But yeah, guys, that is basically all it takes to make a long boat. The option for the oars is there. It showed you 2 types of that. how to build a nice sail, and I frankly, I really like this build. I'm really happy with it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys were able to learn something, put this into your world, and I'll catch you guys back here sometime soon with the next one. Goodbye.